Hey guys, this is Jeremy Hughes, and I just wanted to share a quick little tip about how to get some motion graphic power out of Fusion. Um, Fusion's such a capable app, and one of the things that drives me nuts is it's just so hard to find good tutorials on it, especially for us motion graphics guys who are doing that mainly. So what I've got here is I've got what would be the start of a little targeting system similar to Iron Man 2. And I know Andrew Kramer on VideoCopilot.net did a tutorial on how to build it out in there using the wiggle tool, which is such a powerful expression inside of After Effects. But I could never figure out what the equivalent was inside of Fusion until last night. So I was so excited, I had to share it. So how do we do this? All right, so let's jump over to a new comp here. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to drag down a background layer. And over here we'll see that we've got it's black. I'm happy with that. And we want another background layer. And we'll make that one white. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag those together, top to bottom, which will merge them. There we go. With this one merged on top. Pull that up, drag that up there, and we can see we've got one big white window. So the next step, what I want to do now is I want to mask this guy out by just clicking on the ellipse tool there. And I'm going to give myself some room by pulling that over. And the next step here is I'll just I'll copy that, I'll paste it, and I'm going to drag these together. And I'll drag this in a little bit, and you'll see nothing's happening yet. Why? Because I need to change the paint mode from merge to subtract. Merge, they're just adding together. Alright, so now we've got this cool little circle, and I need to carve it out. So what I'll do next is I'm going to click on my polygon mask tool, and just like what Andrew was doing, Andrew, thank you for all your great tips. I'm going to put a point right in the middle of this and knock everything else out to the sides. The reason we do this is like it makes it really easy to expand and contract our mask on an arc. Then again, I'll pull these together, go to subtract. Now we've got this cool arc. Alright, so let's move these over just a hair, and I'm going to drag down the transform tool. And now with the transform tool, I've got the ability, if I want to rotate this thing. Control Z. And but how do I get this to move smoothly? First, I thought like, well, there's probably some random command or expression that I could type up. So I spent a bunch of time trying to figure that out. But it was way simpler than that. So under angle here, this is what actually turns this guy. I'm going to right click on the bar. I'm going to go to modify with shake. Shake is the equivalent of wiggle in Fusion. So what that does is it then gives me a modifier. I can see the modifier is active now with this little pill shape beside it. Click over here, and what I've got is I've got smoothness, min, max. And the max, since we're under angle, we can look at 360 degrees as a full rotation, and we'll say 250 right now. And the smoothness is going to be the speed at which this thing is jumping around, how smooth it's arcing from one side back to the next, and how smoothly it slows down. Basically, it's easing. So if I hit play here, you can see it's got some nice easing happening there. If I turn that down, it's going to go nuts. The higher up it goes, the smoother it's going to move. So we'll keep that right about pretty close to the default. Now we've got that. Let's copy these out. We'll paste them. I'm going to drag these together. Create another merge. Let's keep our merges a little bit. I'm stacking. I mean, I know a lot of the way, like, you know, you can build out your node networks is going across, but for right now, we'll just stack, kind of treat them as layers. Go into our polygon tool here, and let's shorten this. And then the ellipse, we'll drag it in, and we'll drag the outer one in a little bit. Then we'll go back to transform, and I'm going to change the random seed, so it's jumping off a little bit. And I'm also going to change this to 360. Let's copy that. Let's paste another network, node network, and drag them together. Maybe. There we go. And we'll do the same thing. Now, one of the problems I just made for myself, by the way, is I am not on keyframe 0. You know, I'm not on the frame 0. So with me dragging these masks around like this, I'm probably going to, let's see here. I might be creating keyframes. It all depends on what your settings are. If you've got automatic keyframing on. Let's take a look real quick. Yes, I am. I'm going to delete this first keyframe down here. Let's check this. I did the same thing. Let's check polygon 1. See, now it's okay. Let's jump back to our flow. We might be alright with our ellipses. Yeah, see, nothing's keyframed, so they're not showing up. But poly masks, they typically will keyframe. Grabbing the wrong point there. Let's drag that in, drag the outer one in. And let's make one more. I'm going to take myself back to frame 0 here. Let's merge up. And what I want to do here is I'm going to drag this one out. I'm going to delete this poly mask for now. So I want to do something different. Yep. All right, so what I'm doing here is I am going to I should be able to go to not add. Where are you? I'm sorry, subtract, and then we're going to invert that. We'll pull this guy in here a little bit. Let's give ourselves some little points out there. Back to our transform node, modifiers. Let's make sure we change the random seed here a little bit on some of these, so we know that they're going to be moving here. I'll change this to 720. And let's take a look at what we got. Pretty cool. all off a very easy to use modifier. Turn on go into those merges there, and you can always turn your motion blur on. And you got some pretty cool stuff happening. And depending on the level of motion blur you want, you can really tweak that out and get something that's just really nice looking. Obviously slows down renders a little bit. You can see how it really starts to move there though. But the easing is great. There's a ton of control. So, well, that's it. Hopefully that helps. Again, all you gotta do is just go in here, and you can do this with any of these. So if I wanted to change the center point, for instance, I can do a modify with, and I've got the ability to shake. This is also where tracker position, you know, if I've got trackers or anything like that. There's a lot of really nice options for you to choose from here really quickly. So wave modifier, probe, perturb, experiment, have fun with it.